Last night was the NBA draft, but last night was also my first day back from an extended vacation that lasted me probably 18 days, I think it was. I was gone for 18 days and a lot happened. Kevin Durant gets traded, Desmond Bane gets traded, Jrue Holiday gets traded, Porzingis gets traded. The Magic rebrand. The NBA draft, of course, happened last night, so I watched that on like 3 hours of sleep. It was great. There was so much more that happened. The Thunder and the Pacers. I missed every single game from that series, but now there's one big thing, and that's the NBA draft. Now, I know this video won't do as good because, well, let's just be real. I'm uploading this on a Saturday and the draft happened on a Wednesday, so I'm uploading it late. But that's why I want to go a bit more in depth about each one of these players and really break down why you should be excited for the one that your team drafted or why you should absolutely hate your team because it makes no sense. Some really simple ones we're just going to kind of speed run through, like Cooper Flag going to the Mavericks. It makes them instantly one of the best teams in the Western Conference. I think a top 4 seed if everything remains perfect and they can stay healthy. If they sign the right free agent to play point guard while Kyrie is out, I think that there's a very good chance that's a trade for Lonzo Ball, D'Angelo Russell. But Cooper Flag brings so much to this Mavericks team. He's very good. I'm not going to say he could end up being like a top 10 player in the league, but he's going to be one of the best players in the league if he can figure out isolation one-on-one basketball. I think that his shot creation is a bit mid, but I think that everything else that he really has is phenomenal. And he's super young. He has time to develop. Cooper Flag will be the truth in Dallas for a long time. The San Antonio Spurs. My biggest thing with the Spurs here, I picked 2. I won't get into Carter Bryant yet, but the Spurs, they drafted the best player ever. Good. Great. Dylan Harper is a good player. He's a great player. He's the second best player in this class by a good margin. The problem is that he doesn't fit the Spurs system, especially, I'm not going to say their system. He doesn't fit the Spurs right now because De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle are quite literally the same archetype as Dylan Harper. So now you have 3 of the same archetype in one backcourt. That just won't work. One of them has to get traded. It's not going to be Harper. It shouldn't be Fox, but it could be Fox, but you're not going to get a lot of value because of his contract. More than likely, you got to trade Stephon Castle. And I think that'll happen at some point. I hope they trade him for Giannis. I don't know what they're going to do, but I know that they need to get rid of one of them because both Fox, Harper, Castle, it won't work. It won't work. It won't work in the NBA. But Dylan Harper is very good. He's a good playmaker. He is a great shot creator, good finishing around the rim, downhill player, but his shot needs work, but it should develop over time. I do see it. VJ Edgecombe was the 3rd overall pick to the 76ers. Imagine Derrick Jones Jr., but on steroids and then on more steroids. VJ Edgecombe is like Derrick Jones Jr. on crack is what I'm trying to say. And he's a super freak athlete, great finishing around the rim. He has a developmental shot, but it maybe will develop. I'm not too worried about it because I think he's going to end up being like a 35% shooter from 3, which is decent enough. His pace at Baylor was always through the roof. He needs to learn how to slow it down. Shooting off the dribble wasn't the best, but just he's such an athlete and he's such an explosive finisher, pause, around the rim that no one can fault the 76ers for this pick. And he's a very good perimeter defender. He's a good feel for the game. He's young. I think that he's going to be a very good player for Philly. And I think next to Tyrese Maxey, it's a beautiful fit. That's what I really like about this pick. Next to Maxey, it's a good fit. At number 4, we have Con Knipple to the Hornets. A lot of people are hating on Con Knipple. I see, and this is not just because he's white. Whenever I watched him, Gordon Hayward with a better jumper. That's literally what I saw. He's a high IQ, good around the rim, good shot, really good, but he's kind of average when it comes to length and being athletic. So it's just like, what's there to hate? He could be really good. I think that he's going to be a decent NBA player. I think he's going to be a great role player. I think that the Hornets really did hit this one on the head. Now, next to LaMelo, we'll see how he does. I'm assuming they're going to play shooting guard, but he's a good hustle player on defense and 3-and-D. He's a good passer. He plays basketball the right way, which is so weird to say because, I mean, literally, he's white. That's why it's funny. It's because he's white. Ace Bailey was the 5th pick, and the Ace Bailey had probably the most confusing draft process of all time. He literally tanked his own draft stock to, and I'm not going to stutter when I say this, to try to go to the Wizards, the Pelicans, or the Nets. Instead, he ends up in Utah. I don't know what he saw in Washington, New Orleans, and Brooklyn, but he clearly wanted to be there instead of Utah, and I think that he's going to be a fine player in Utah. I do not like Ace Bailey as much as the consensus, though. I think he's just going to be Jabari Smith Jr. with a better handle, but more inefficient and worse defense. So I guess that's not even a good comp. But when I watch him, I'm like, wow, this is just Jabari Smith Jr. with worse defense and a better handle. So at the end of the day, it'll even out. I don't know. He's not going to be Kevin Durant. Don't start those talks. He will not be Kevin Durant. He could be, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think that Ace Bailey, though, he's got good length. He's going to be fine. I don't know about Utah getting the best out of him, though. Just don't know. But I don't think that Ace Bailey cares to play for the Jazz, which I don't understand why. It's the NBA. Trey Johnson to the Wizards. Basically, they just got Jordan Clarkson at pick 6. Pure buckets, no defense. I mean, he tries on defense. He cuts off passing lanes. He knocks the ball loose, but on the ball, he's kind of a liability. He's kind of a cone. I think he could be a better defender than Jordan Clarkson, but really in like 4 years from now, I could easily see Trey Johnson just averaging Jordan Clarkson numbers, which isn't bad. But at pick 6, you maybe want to do a bit better, which is why I kind of hope he develops that defensive side of his game, because he should be doing better than Jordan Clarkson getting drafted at 6. Jeremiah Fears to pick 7. A lot of people love Jeremiah Fears. I like Jeremiah Fears. I don't love him as much as other people do. He's just on defense, he's not good. He's going to need a lot of help on defense because of his frame. It's already not great. And I'm worried about kind of him just being a traffic cone on defense is my main issue. He enrolled at Oklahoma at 17. He was one of the fastest risers in this draft. He is a one and done player. He was one of the most creative players in college basketball, one of the best scorers in college basketball. No player has a ball handle in this draft like Jeremiah Fears. Him next to DeJounte Murray and Jordan Poole is going to be interesting in New Orleans. And I think that at the end of the day, rookie year, Jeremiah Fears could be in 6-man of the year talks if he's their 6-man. Igor Demon from Brooklyn, pick 8. Just don't like it. Igor Demon is not lottery worthy. There's too many question marks. He's the good passer at 6'8", 200 pounds. He's great in the pick and roll, but that's it. He's not an outstanding defender. He's not a good shooter. He's not really good around the rim for his height. He's not a good athlete. He has nothing but passing. I don't like this pick at all. I definitely don't like it at pick 8. And you're going to come to realize as this video progresses, I really don't like the Brooklyn Nets draft. The Brooklyn Nets had an awful draft for having 5 first-round picks. Igor Demon from the Nets gets a D. No hate towards Igor. I hope the best works out, but it's not a good pick. It's an awful pick. Now my team, the Toronto Raptors, they selected Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina. Initially, I was a little disappointed because we had Kamen Maluwak on the board, and I was like, why are we not going with Kamen Maluwak? But then I started thinking about it. Colin Murray Boyles, phenomenal defender, great finisher around the rim, just can't shoot. That's like the one thing Colin Murray Boyles can't do is shoot. So what is the problem? He can't shoot, but he has everything else. Okay, that's fine. It works for me. He's going to be playing what? Maybe backup power. I think he's going to play backup something unless we go with a massive lineup. This pick signifies to me that the Raptors think they can win now, and they're going to make a trade. They're going to trade Barrett quickly or Podol. 3 of those players, maybe 2 of them will go, but I do think that Colin Murray Boyles, this pick solidifies the Raptors as true win now mode team, and I think that he's a great fit. I think he's going to be amazing defensively. I want to see a good offensive strides from him. I want to see that 3-point percentage touch 35%. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not too disappointed. It's going to depend how the other players turn out, but Colin Murray Boyles should be good day 1 and good for like a while. Kamen Maluwak gets just a lot of hate because he consistently disappointed in a lot of games at Duke, and he got into foul trouble. But at the end of the day, he's 7'1" with a 7'7" wingspan, and he's developing a 3-point jump shot. That is just fine with me. Now, what I hated about this pick is that this pick, of course, is going to go to Phoenix, but then they traded for Mark Williams like literally 5 minutes before they made the selection. So now you have Kamen Maluwak getting blocked by Mark Williams. It's kind of an odd situation, but like, I don't know. I don't think that it made sense at all to make Kamen Maluwak your pick, especially if you're going to just pick a center up in the trade market. It doesn't really make sense. I don't understand it, but Maluwak is a good player. Cedric Coward was picked by the Blazers, but he's going to end up in Memphis. Cedric Coward is really good. He got injured like 5 games into the year, and but he has everything else. He has a 7'2" wingspan at 6'5". He has a lot of upside for being 21 years old already, and he just checks a lot of boxes. He's going to be a good role player. Cedric Coward makes sense for the Grizzlies if they want to still try to contend, or they could just kind of you know, blow it up, which I kind of think they should, but maybe that's for a different video. Noah Essengue from France, phenomenal defender, really young, kind of liked him, kind of wish he was a Raptor, but he's really just right now, he's defense, athleticism, and being young. He has a lot to develop, and he's going to do it in Chicago. He should be playing small forward. Hopefully they don't make him play power forward because he's kind of underweight to play power forward, but we'll see. Derek Queen was selected by the Atlanta Hawks, but he got traded to the Pelicans. So basically the Hawks traded Kelly Olynyk like 2 days before in the CJ McCollum trade, and now all of a sudden they have Kelly Olynyk back with a better handle and worse efficiency. So I guess it kind of makes sense if you want a player like that. Him next to Yves Mies, he's going to be interesting. I expect him to come off the bench, but I mean, Derek Queen's cool. He's a big personality. New Orleans has got to prove me wrong with some of these draft picks. They got to prove me wrong. Carter Bryant rounded out the lottery. Carter Bryant is probably the best 3-and-D, like true 3-and-D. He can't do anything else kind of player in this draft. Like Con Knipple, I'm not going to consider 3-and-D right now because he can do more than just 3-and-D. So I'm fine with him being not labeled as that. I think he has more upside. But Carter Bryant, literally 3-and-D, perfect role player. He's going to be good in San Antonio. I really, really like this selection for them. Now that we're outside the lottery, I'm going to kind of speed run. But just know that if I really like or dislike something, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on it. Thomas Sorber makes a ton of sense for the Thunder. I've been mocking this literally all year. He literally, when iHeart and Chet were both injured simultaneously, J-Dub was playing center for the Thunder, which just can't happen. Sorber comes in, he plays backup center, or he's going to play, you know, maybe 15 minutes a night. He's going to get good minutes, and if one of them gets hurt, he instantly has a bigger role. I like it for the Thunder. Young Hansen, or Hansan Young, or whatever you want to call him. I don't know what you want to call him, but Young Hansen, I love it. I don't love it at 16, but I love it. He's going to go to Portland, which I don't like because they just drafted Klingon, and I don't think he's going to get the best out of him in Portland, but I do think that Young Hansen will have a very successful career in the NBA, and he's probably instantly a top 10 playmaker at center in the NBA, and I don't think that's ridiculous to say. He's one of the best passers in this draft, standing at 7'1", and he has a 9'3" standing reach. This guy, he was a CBA, he was on the all CBA team or something like that. This kid, he's good. He's a good player, but he's just not pick 16. There's too much risk for pick 16 in my opinion. But I guess Portland saw something. Apparently they've been keeping up with him for a while, but I love Young Hansen. He's very good. Love it. Love it just because it's Young Hansen. I forgot how you say it. Jean Bernier from France goes to the Timberwolves. Quite literally just Rudy Gobert's replacement in like 2 years. In 2 years, this guy replaces Rudy Gobert. He's literally just a shot blocking center. I really like it. He's good length, good rim protection. It's literally just Rudy Gobert. And he has nothing on offense from what I could tell on tape. Like it's bad, but he's just a defensive threat. Walter Clayton Jr. is going to go to Utah. He really wanted to go to Miami, but he's going to go to Utah. I don't think Walter Clayton Jr. should have been picked ahead of some of the players beneath him. I'm not the biggest Walter Clayton Jr. guy. I think he's going to be just a decent offensive point guard. I don't really know how to feel about Walter Clayton Jr. He's not really, he's a 6'4" wingspan at 6'2". He's not the best on defense. I don't know how well he's going to be able to hang. I don't like it in Utah because Utah is just a major cluster of underwhelming and meh young players. So it's just kind of, you know, what is there to get excited about for Walter Clayton Jr.? I can't even think of a good comp off the top of my head right now, but he should be decent. I hope. I want the best for him. Nolan Traore, another awful pick by the Brooklyn Nets, especially when you take into account that he is again just a playmaking point guard, which they just drafted at pick 8 with Igor Demin. So they picked 2 of the same archetypes so far. Here are some of my notes on Nolan Traore. He struggled with finishing, decision-making, defense, shooting, hesitation when he had an open player or when he had an open lane. He's not physical, and he doesn't appear to be a leader. And then here are my positives. He has decent size, he has good passing, and that's it. Love Nolan Traore. Kind of wanted the Raptors to like trade up back to like pick 28 is when I would have been comfortable picking him, but Nolan Traore at pick 19, I'm good off that. Kasparis Yakusyonis, I could literally make an entire video on why this is the biggest steal of the draft, but Kasparis Yakusyonis is not pick 20 good. I have him as a top 5 player throughout this entire cycle. He is super good. He's going to make big splashes in Miami. I love this pick for Miami. I don't want to babble on him too much about him, but he's good. He's very good. He's good in the pick and roll. He has great size for a point guard. He's smart. He's a good playmaker. He's maybe not super explosive, and he has questions about his turnovers, but I think that's all going to get polished out. Will Riley goes at 21 to the Jazz. Not really impressed with Will Riley's game, especially towards the end of the year for Illinois. But going to the Jazz, I just hate it. I hate it. I don't like anything that the Jazz are doing. I don't like the Jazz. I don't like the Nets. They're not helping themselves. They're not helping themselves at all. He's a wing with good size. That's what Will Riley is. He's a wing that has good size, and he has plenty of upside to grow into if he can grow into it. But I just don't see it working out. I just don't. Call me a hater, but actually he's going to go to Washington. I forgot. He's actually going to Washington. Don't like it still. Drake Powell is going to Brooklyn. Not even I guess he's side kind of a 3-and-D player. This is like another 3-and-D, but he's very good at defense. And I do very much like Drake Powell. 22 is like the absolute maximum I would have taken him at. But nonetheless, Drake Powell's gonna be a great defender in the NBA. He has the size with a 7-foot wingspan, standing 6'5". He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. I'm not worried about Drake Powell's future. No matter what, he's gonna have a role. Will it work out in the NBA? I don't know. He had a very low usage percentage in college. Out of any projected collegiate draft pick, I'm pretty sure it was like the bottom. So he wasn't really getting that many minutes at UNC. What makes us think that he's gonna all of a sudden turn it around for the Brooklyn Nets? Asa Newell was picked 23. This is a steal. He was a top 7 player in the draft for me, and the Atlanta Hawks got him at 23. He has a very short wingspan, which doesn't help. He's 6'9" with a 6'11" wingspan. He still needs to develop on both sides of the court, but he's young and he has time to do that. I think he's going to play a very good backup forward role for the Hawks. Very simple, like the pick. Nick Clifford, or Neek Clifford, I don't really know how you say his name, I'm not gonna lie, but Neek Clifford remind me a lot of Jalen Williams, J-Dub, where he's an older guy, but when you watch him, he just looks like he knows what he's doing, and that's what you want. When you're the Sacramento Kings, you just want a guy who knows what he's doing. And I think that it's a little bit hesitant because he's 23, but he knows what he's doing, and he's a good player. He has great rebounding for his size. He's a good shooter. I do like this pick. Jace Richardson was another good steal. The Orlando Magic got him at pick 25. I think he's going to play backup point guard for them. He's basically just going to play the Cole Anthony role. He's just really undersized, and it kind of makes you question how well he's going to do around the rim at the NBA level because of his size. 6'1", 175. Like, that's just not an ideal size. I guess in a perfect world, he turns out to be Trae Young, but that probably won't happen. I don't know exactly what his ceiling is, but he was like a top 12 player for me. So at 25, it's great value. We have back-to-back Brooklyn Nets picks with Ben Surratt and Danny Wolf. Ben Surratt, by the way, is just another guy who is a playmaker. It's just not good. It's not good. He doesn't have the good physical tools for the NBA. He's not a good defender. He's inconsistent from 3. There's nothing to like. The Brooklyn Nets are literally going to run pick and roll offense. There's going to be a screen set everywhere on the court because Danny Wolf at 6'11", 250 is quite possibly another pick and roll player. He's an amazing handle for being 6'11", right? Don't get me wrong. It's amazing, but he shot 34% from 3, 60% from the free throw line. He can't shoot. He's just handles. Him and Nick Claxton in the pick and roll should be kind of fun, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Nothing that the Brooklyn Nets did is good. Nothing is good. Nothing is good that the Nets did. Hugo Gonzalez to the Celtics, I don't like at all because he just didn't play for his professional team, and he's super unpolished. He only played like 12 minutes a night for his professional team. He's very unpolished. He's not a good shooter, and his decision making is not good. So I don't think this is going to be a good pick at all. He's going to speak G League for a while. Liam McNeely will go to the Charlotte Hornets. He's a decent 3-point shooter. That's all you get from me. That's all you get. He's a decent 3-point shooter. And then Yannick Conan Niederhauser was the last pick of the first round to the Clippers. I really just don't like how much he lacks physicality. But other than that, he's a decent center. Like, I don't expect him to be good from day one, but he'll be decent. But that's my honest review of every single first round pick. Appreciate you guys for watching. And yeah, let's go.